heal.
Oh, I'm gonna go to get more water real fast.
Go hydrate before
Before
you
you dehydrate. I'm gonna take a second and pull up Cathandra's character sheet.
That's a great idea. You're so smart for that. This sounds like I'm being sarcastic, but I do not intend for that to be the case. Yay, I got the shade of gray I wanted. Yippee!
I gotta go retrieve my stuff and hit the restroom, but I'll be back.
Okay.
Do that. I'm gonna be honest, for a while I thought the session was starting at 7. So I was just like, I'm playing Lethal Company with the boys. I gotta go, D&D. And then I looked at this channel, I was like, that's right, this group starts at 8, don't we?
Mm-hmm.
And then I went and watched YouTube for a while.
Huzzah!
I'm so happy. This brings me joy. It also helps that I remembered to fill my pill pack. So, I'm filled with medication in the best way.
There it goes.
Drugs. Here, Kathy, this is
Drugs.
another reason why Yuna should not live in the Midwest, is because bad internet.
It's true. I'm actually mooching off of Kim's internet right now.
And then, when we move in together, we'll have a Wi-Fi provider.
Yes! We're gonna figure out proper Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
And I can start doing the thing that Rasputin does in his videos, where I can refer to you as the woman I live with.
Yeah. I mean, it would be
The
true.
first marriage is the marriage of convenience.
I mean, technically, I've been living with this woman for like 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
For a
So
little bit, yeah.
3 years, maybe, I guess. The freshman
like-
year was Nikki.
Yeah. And, sophomore year, I had my own. Freshman year, I was rooming with Jess and Abby. Sophomore year, I was rooming with Laura and Abby.
That's right. Sophomore
then
year, I was with the
junior
random
year-
girl.
I took a semester off to get therapy and also cash. And then I was with you and Nikki, and then it was just us.
I've only been rooming with you for like a year and a half.
Yeah,
Dang. I'm gonna say 4 years
Wow.
anyway.
because that's how long I've been in your life.
Yes, that's how long you've been in my heart.
Whoa! You're
I just
making
let
me
you guys know.
soft.
There are certain, like, internet providers that work better in this area than others.
Mhm.
That would be either Charter Spectrum or, Verizon.
Yeah. I'm biased towards not Verizon because Verizon, like, killed our service in our area.
Yeah, Verizon
still
has
mad
screwed
at
over my Verizon screwed over my family too.
Currently, my family uses AT&T.
AT&T
Same.
sucks down here.
That's annoying. You know what I
had
should
okay
do?
service while I was down there,
Yeah,
but
but, like,
granted, it was also not at home, so.
no, their, like, internet is, like, bad.
Ah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would
Not
have
like
to
their cell service,
ask.
they're like Wi-Fi providing stuff.
Yeah, that would be the kicker, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Luckily, I am above anything else when it comes to corporations, a swindler. So, if anyone
Kira.
needs to cancel something, ask me.
Yes.
How many nights have you slept with the dragon now? Bless you!
Thank you.
Gesundheit.
on the same day as we were when we left off last session.
Okay. One sec. Let me
Worm.
check my notes.
The worm.
I think it's supposed to be. It's okay. It's supposed to be 5 nights. That's what I thought.
At Freddy's?
5 nights at Freddy's.
Or. I wonder if I can finagle something to make it look like Cathandra's Mini has plants coming out of her hair.
I bet you could.
Okay, that was one night. I'm pretty sure it's only been 2 nights.
Okay. Cool.
So
Hee hee hoo hoo music box song.
are Falsifer and Caladine not joining us today?
Caladine won't be joining us till 8:30.
Okay.
So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna wait until Gimmick shows up, and then Caladine will join us at 8:30.
Alright. Let me see if I can
I mean,
pause.
it's almost 8:30 anyway.
Yeah. Has Gimmick said anything about whether he would be available or not? Has he said anything to you guys?
No.
Last
Not-
I heard from him earlier today was that he didn't have spoons.
Might not be feeling well today.
This is normal creature behavior.
Stream again.
Ah, Sabina!
Agabishi Baba?
Okay. Are we ready?
Are we?
Are we ready?
Are you ready,
Aye, aye.
kids?
Aye,
I
Captain.
I can't hear you.
Aye, Captain.
Captain.
Oh. Who lives in a pineapple under the sea?
Well,
That's
let's
cool.
a pineapple under a pineapple under.
Under a pineapple, under a pineapple. Under a
Kathy, I thought you were dead.
Oh, she's alive. I'm pretty
So
sure.
I'm alive. I'm dead. I'm watching TV. I'm looking at you. Frick you.
I need that full
How-
clip. Let's go to bed.
Alright. Ladies and gentlemen. Gentleman.
Boys and girls. Boils and goyles.
Clowns.
Boys and girls. Okay, so last
Friends
session,
and foes.
Friends, enemies,
I hope we're not
undecided.
foes. Not gonna lie, Kathy, being your enemy would be terrible. Because you're witty and I'm not.
I would just
I'm
sad.
I'm also incredibly paranoid and tend to maintain several steps ahead of my enemy as a safety precaution.
Can't confirm.
He can attest.
Let me put that sheep into some water and then put that on a sheep. I'm fine. I'm being clumsy. My parents
What?
yelled it from the other
Water
room.
sheep
What
wasn't even half of my power.
I can see more. Hey Kathy, do you want to orchestrate? I
My
know
love,
the answer is no.
You've seen Contingency Zero. Do you
I've
remember?
also forgotten contingencies.
Yeah. For those of you who don't know, on a Minecraft server that I think half of us are on, I have a secret base that up until recently, well, it used to be secret. It's not anymore. And this was before the server got reset for the update. In the old server, I had a secret base that could only be accessed one of two ways. One was through a torch path on the nether roof. The other was through a railroad track at Y level 5, which at the time was right above bedrock in the nether.
It was so long.
It was so long. Here's the thing. Once I finished that railroad track at, again, Y level 5 in the nether, which is a pain to go through, to dig through. We dug the whole way. After we got that, I went back up top, got rid of that portal on the torch path, removed all the torches, and also extended the torch path so far that it looped completely around and ended near the shopping district thousands of blocks in the wrong direction. This is because there's a glitch in Minecraft where if you put torches on, if you leave a light source on the nether roof for long enough, that light will remain even after the torches are gone. So I had to extend the torch path. So I get rid of the portal, extend the torch path to an unreasonable length because I knew there were people, John, who knew who knew which torch path was the correct one because there were a lot of paths at the time. He knew which one was correct, and so but he was at boot camp at the time. And so I had to while he was gone, finish the tunnel at Y level 5, thank you, Zachary.
Oh, I bet he had a ball with that.
What?
I bet he had a ball with that.
Mindless tasks for a
He
man.
laughed at me. He thought I was being too paranoid. He said to me, to my face, "Is this really necessary?" And I was like, "Yes." So anyway, I go through all these precautions just to hide my secret base. In my secret base was a secret bunker. The first level of defense the entrance to this bunker was hidden underneath the water feature. I had a fountain that was was a fountain of lava inside of a little waterfall that I had created, just decoration. Inside the lava portion, so you had to jump into the lava, was a drop down into a secret bunker. This secret bunker was designed intentionally to look really trash. It was not supposed to be interesting. It had the classic trick. It used the classic trick of hiding a chest behind a painting, which everybody knows. So it was made to look like whoever created this bunker was incompetent and didn't know how to actually hide anything. Hidden behind the chests in that bunker, hidden behind that chest was a switch. That you could only really flip if you knew exactly where to stand, because you only had a leeway of a couple of pixels in order to flip that switch. If you did that, then it opened a secret door into a hidden bunker inside of a hidden bunker. That's where I had a bunch of automatic farms. Mostly just a farming room. And then it looks flawless. I gotta say, the farm room looks flawless. In that room, there is a lava trash can. A very specific type of lava trash can. This was before Minecraft let you put lava in a cauldron, so you had to have an actual block of lava for your trash can. I have that specific style of lava trash can all over my base. All over. There's dozens of them around. Or at least like a dozen of them all over my base. All over the builds I make, everywhere. Underneath that block of lava is a pressure plate. I found out that if you cast a fishing line into a block of lava, the bobber sinks. And that bobber is weighted just enough to trigger a pressure plate.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody, and I mean nobody, has ever figured out that you have to cast a fishing line into the lava to open up the secret bunker and a secret bunker and a secret bunker. And that is contingency 0. That is a huge hidden base with all of the necessities for Minecraft life, and inside that is a secret bunker and a secret bunker and a secret bunker in a secret bunker, which was a hidden armory filled with netherite and fully enchanted netherite and diamond armor and gear. Which is not there anymore because Kim looted it all for lore reasons.
Hey.
That is about 80% of that. That is about 80% of my power. What'd you say?
That's right. It's session time.
Hey guys, let's start the session.
It took me 10 minutes to go through that.
Talk about that. Anyways,
I just needed to demonstrate how insane I am. I am a madman. Anyway, let's my stomach doesn't hurt anymore.
Amazing.
I do need some
Real
water.
the bunkers.
The children yearn for the mines.
Children yearn for the mines.
Anyways, guys, so last session, congratulations, you're on a boat again. Huzzah!
Yay, it's boat time.
And it's boat time. So what happened was you guys woke up and you guys decided which path you guys would take to get to Elwood. And you guys decided to sail from Isla to the coastal city of Almort, and then travel through Orc country in the country of Awan to Elwood. And then from there you would go to Caladine's hometown of I forgot the name. You travel
Caladine's
to Caladine's hometown, which is Fort Strand. And then you guys would try to find the water genasi from there. So you guys went to port. Well, Gimmick did some stuff. He did things. And then you guys went to port, and you found Luffy again. He was willing to take you guys to Almort, So you guys got ready. You got a crew, and you guys have set sail. Zane and Caladine, you guys notice that your friends are missing.
Oh yeah,
It's
that's
like-
right.
It's like you guys got on the boat, and then like you saw Lexi and Falsifer talking to each other for a while, and they were talking about Sybil's dog, shark dog, who was just running everywhere and had the zoomies for like a while. And then they just appeared, and you haven't seen them in a good like 30 minutes, like 45 minutes. Everyone else on the crew is here. Like you know
Okay.
where you can tell where other people are. What Sybil's doing is she's just been like resting her arms on the railing of the ship and enjoying the breeze and the sea. Luffy's doing captain things, and you brought on 3 other crew members, and they're all doing crew things to maintain the ship. But everyone else is missing.
Is the shark dog still around?
Yes. It's sleeping by Sybil's feet now. It got over its zoomies.
Yippee.
Yippee.
I guess just go explore the rest of the ship, see if we can find people.
Cool. Caladine, would you like to go with him?
I would like to just explore the ship anyway, just like go everywhere I'm not supposed to.
Okay, cool. Where would you guys like to start?
The what do you mean?
Where would you
I'd like to go
start?
to the engine
The
room.
ship.
There's no engine room, because this is a ship on the sea.
Wind-powered ship.
Powered by the wind.
I would like to go to the ship's paint locker.
The what?
The paint locker.
What?
Have you ever been on a ship before?
Yes, they have a room with paint in it.
Oh, okay. I assume that would be like in the storage hall somewhere?
Sure.
Okay, cool.
We can say on this ship it
Well,
does.
how big is this ship?
It's not a very big ship. It's
Okay.
Josh, how big is the 4-person wait, is it the 4-person ship? Right?
Oh, so then it doesn't.
I don't know.
I know like maybe 3 things about ships, and I'm trying to
It's a
apply
little bit bigger than
any and everything. Okay.
but not by very much.
It's a ship.
It's a ship.
It's
Yeah.
a boat,
It
like
has-
Pirates in the
it's-
Caribbean.
It's a
It's
ship
big enough to have,
ship.
basically a Pirates of the
Ship-
Caribbean.
ship-
It's
ships.
big enough to have a captain's quarters, a storage hole, and a place for crew, and a very, very small kitchen. It's
Do we have, like-
it's like attached to like the crew quarters, which is just filled with hammocks.
Do we have like weaponry and stuff? Like
Wait, hold on.
cannons?
No, I was wrong. No, it also has a few guest. It has 2 guest quarters. I was wrong.
Ah,
Yes, so it's a little bit bigger.
How many masts are we talking?
Probably 2, maybe 3.
yeah.
Yeah, probably 2 or 3.
Okay.
Okay. I guess, are we staying in the guest quarters, or are we staying like with the crew?
I think Luffy just let you decide to stay wherever you want to stay. So if you want to stay in the guest quarters and have your own room, sure.
If you
Everybody
charge
else is
Dextra, I'm
gone,
sure-
The guest quarters is where Falsifer stayed last time
Hmm.
when he was sick and throwing up. It's small and it only has 1 bed and like a storage chest.
Okay. Go around the ship looking in places, see if we see our friends.
Okay.
For this impromptu game of hide and seek.
Marco!
Hello. Hey, we played that yesterday.
Wow.
Yeah, we played it at the pool.
So-
So, okay, so you guys go into the storage hole,
Mhm.
and you notice. Kathy, what would be the color of this door?
The color of the door itself, or like the chalk?
Well, what's the color of the door itself? Because you guys are in the house, so it was still the door would still actively be there.
Yeah. I think it's like a dark redwood of some kind.
Okay. You guys walk into the storage hole and you see just a door on the side of the ship, and it's a darker redwood color that's different from the rest of all the wood that's in the ship.
Do I get to?
Well, that's different. I guess I'll open it.
And if so, you go to open it and it doesn't open. It's like it's locked.
Huh.
And if you look underneath the door, you can see like light coming through the underside of the door.
Is there like a keyhole or anything?
Nope, there's no
I
keyhole.
like to. Aw. I like to imagine simply for aesthetics. There's like a big old-fashioned keyhole.
But
just
you
for
can't
aesthetics.
see through it.
Bruh.
It's a
Okay.
keyhole, but you can't see through it.
Okay. Okay, well, I guess I'll go back up to find Luffy then.
Cool. Kaladin, are you staying with the door?
Yeah. I think I'll do
Okay,
that.
cool. You stay with the door. So
Good
you
question.
go up. Huh?
I think we should establish, is the wall that this door is on, is it on an interior wall, or is it on the side of the boat?
It's not an interior wall. No.
It is?
It's on the wall that's on the inside of the ship, but it's the outside wall. So like the other side of the wall is like the out of the ship.
Oh.
So it's on the side of the ship.
Yeah, it's on the side of the ship. Yeah. So you said you were gonna go get Luffy.
Yeah, I'm gonna go find Luffy.
Okay, cool. He's steering the ship.
Question.
What's up, man?
Below decks, there's like a weird door that looks like it's made out of different wood than the rest of the ship. But it's like locked. And I was wondering if you like had the key for it. I'm just curious what it was.
Are you talking about one of like the guest quarters? Because those
No, it
should
was
not
just, like-
be locked.
No, it wasn't one of the guest quarters. It was like looked like a different kind of wood than everything else here.
That's weird. There shouldn't be a different door somewhere.
And I can go show you if you want.
I mean,
Caroline was still down there.
sure, that works. He gets someone to come watch over the wheel, and then you take him downstairs to the hole. And he looks at the door, and he's like, he does this thing where he like stares at it for a little bit, and he's like, "Yeah, that's not mine. I don't know what
That's
that
not
is."
your door? That's built
Nope.
into your ship?
Nope, I don't know what this is. This is not supposed to be here.
Huh. Okay. Well, that's different. Also, unrelated, have you seen our other friends?
Last time I saw them, they were coming down here.
Yeah.
So I don't know if they're like in the guest quarters or if they're in the crew's quarters or where they are.
Okay, well, thanks, I guess.
Okay, well, let me know if you figure out what this is, because if it's something that I don't want, I would like it off my ship.
Okay, yeah, we'll keep you in the know about stuff.
Okay. Cool. And he goes back up. above deck.
Well, you got any ideas what this is, Galadine?
Well, do I don't know what kind of wood this is, do I? Like it's just
Prob-
obviously different.
I don't think so.
Okay. Trying to think if I have any like I have no spells that would be at all helpful here.
You know, like look. I don't know. Can I see if this door is magic?
Do you have detect magic?
No.
I-
But I have an
Okay.
Arcana skill.
I feel like an Arcana check could probably determine that.
Okay, sure. Roll for Arcana.
Ah. You need dice in this game. Fun fact.
I know, yeah, you do. Yeah.
What?
Kaladin, do you also want to roll for Arcana?
I think I would very much like to do that right now.
Yours is
Okay,
probably better
cool.
than mine, but I'll roll as well. Yeah. 13.
Okay.
15.
Okay. You guys look at the door, and like with, I'm gonna say that you like talk about probably like what you see.
Mm-hmm.
Both of you realize that like, so Zane, you definitely know what magic should feel like in this world
Okay.
because you actively use water magic.
Mm-hmm.
And Kaladin, you should also know what magic infused with objects should feel like in this world. Because you're an artificer, that's what you do. This magic feels like none of that.
Hmm.
Interesting. But it still feels like magic.
Roll insight for me.
Okay. Oh, great.
What'd you get?
A nat 1.
Are we sure this is even a door?
What is a door?
You suddenly forget how a door works.
I just like turn around and leave. I just start walking away. Like an NPC.
The eternal bane of every D&D party. A door!
Doors.
Whoa!
I'll try the
What'd you roll?
doorknob again, see if it's unlocked.
Hey, what did you roll?
Hmm?
What'd you roll?
For what?
For insight.
Oh, I'm rolling insight?
Yes!
Uh,
God bless Josh.
Yes.
14.
Cool. Hey, Zane.
Yeah?
You know what feeling like Cassandra being around Cassandra feels like?
Uh-huh.
This door feels like Cassandra.
Okay.
Is this why that mirror was hitting on her?
Hmm. Okay. Well, that is interesting, but it doesn't tell us how to open it. I'll knock on the door.
Congratulations, you knock on the door. Cassandra, do you hear the door knocking? Do you hear
Yes, I
someone
hear the
knocking
door
on
knocking. Okay, I hear the door. Yeah, basically immediate. I'm pretty sure she probably could hear the doorknob jiggling as well, but I didn't want to. I didn't want. I should have brought it up earlier. Anyway, yeah. Basically, as soon as you knock on the door, you hear a very muffled "I'm coming," and and Cassandra opens the you hear a clunk 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 as someone sounds like they're coming upstairs maybe And then Cassandra opens the door, to what seems to be like a cabin, like a wood cabin, that's like lit with a golden fire pit in the center of it. I don't have the pictures. I forgot to get the picture of what the house looks like. But yeah, she opens the door. It's like, oh, okay, you guys caught up. Come in.
Okay.
You can see. I'm not sure where exactly Candace is at this moment, but Alexei is like poking around and snooping through things, and Falsifer is lying on the floor staring at the ceiling. As soon as you step in, the feeling of the rocking on the ocean completely disappears. You feel like you're standing on solid ground again.
Okay.
You are in a fairly small circular wooden cabin that has a handful of candles and lanterns here and there, but is mostly lit by a lowered fire pit in the center with like some cushions around for seating. It's like a conversation pit with a golden fire in the pit.
Ooh.
Cassandra as she welcomes both of you in if you enter, she walks over to the right, and like immediately to the right of the door is like a little kitchenette area where she seems to be boiling. She's got kettles on for coffee, tea, and hot chocolate. You can tell it's that because she is in the process of making all of those at the same time.
Well, this is is this yours, Cassandra?
Yeah, this is my house.
Cool.
Enter, please. This is my house. Enter, please. I use, it's my house. I can conjure the door to my house anywhere. And I tend to come in here when the seasickness starts getting to me, and I thought I'd introduce you people mostly as a help for, and she sort of gestures to Falsifer lying on the ground, who looks like he's in shock.
Yeah.
Bros.
A little bit more explanation for what's in the cabin. Starting at the kitchen area and going clockwise, we have kitchen area, door where you just entered, some plants of various kinds, some flowers, some like herbs. There is a spiral at about 10 o'clock in the circular room. There is a spiral staircase. It goes both up and down. Straight across from the door is a cabinet, like one of those curiosity cabinets with the glass door so you can see inside.
Mm-hmm.
And then at about 2 o'clock is a door that is currently open, and it looks like it opens into some kind of pantry. And then the rest of it is just the kitchen area. It's a very, very small, cozy cabin. As she's pouring these cups, one for Canis, one, I think it was a hot chocolate for Canis, a tea for Falsifer, something, whatever. She has an empty mug for Alexei, she doesn't know what he wants. And she says, yeah, as I was saying, feel free to come and go as you need. Just knock on the door and I can open it for you. Upstairs is where I live, generally, so I'd like to keep that off limits, but you can explore downstairs as long as you don't touch anything.
Okay.
Which is exactly what I'm down there doing.
Yeah,
Touching.
Canis is downstairs.
Why not?
Touch.
Yeah, Canis is touching everything.
Must perceive with hands.
Yes.
That's what they're there for.
That was my favorite thing that I heard parents tell little children, is that you don't see with your hands.
Yeah, as she's pouring, she's like, oh, also don't touch the fire. That one should be self-explanatory, but I wanted to put it out there.
Okay.
I immediately want to touch the fire, and I'm not even in the room.
What, you didn't? Did you not?
Did
go
you
over-
not enter?
I wandered off down the hall because I was like, this door is stupid.
Oh, I've left the door open if she ever decides to come back.
Yeah, do I notice that the door's open?
Yes,
You
do.
probably-
You
Yeah,
back.
at least call out for you
Okay.
at some point.
Yeah, you probably hear the voices once I open the door. I give you all that same spiel as well.
Fantastic. I'm going to go over and look very intently at the fire.
Yeah,
Huzzah.
it is not entirely clear why the fire is golden colored, but it sure is.
Hold on, I gotta check something real quick.
What color did you say the fire was? Gold?
Do
Yeah.
we think that
No, we
fire
don't.
resistance? We do not think. Do we think that fire resistance would allow me to at least like stick my hand in for a second, back out,
mean-
normal fires permitting?
I mean, it
Possibly.
depends on whether it's a magical fire or not.
You'll just take
because-
half damage.
Yeah, and I mean
because,
like
if it's a funky fire that actually is there for something specific, then maybe
True.
it depends on what Kathy says. But if it's just like
It's,
fire, then
I'm sure Cassandra can whip up some sort of aloe gel or something.
I'm sure it would be
I'm
fine.
gonna have to switch to my phone here in a minute because I'm pretty sure I'm about to lose my internet. But I am currently texting Isabella. I'm putting it in my secret channel.
Oh, there it is.
sounded very, very panicked.
Oh.
But yes, I would like to just sort of like in and out. Like
Yeah.
it's a
Putting
fire.
resistance? You're putting
Yeah.
fire resistance on yourself?
No, I just have it. That's
He's
a
a
tiefling
tiefling.
trait.
Oh, that's a tiefling trait. Hold on.
Yeah.
I'm gonna wait until I see what Kathy's sending me. Then I will give you an answer.
Fine.
Thanks.
If I don't do something stupid at least once per D&D session, I lose my gamer cred. Which for most people is a blessing, but please, that's all I have. I didn't realize doing scales would be this fun. This good in my brain.
Goody goody.
What is?
Right here.
Scales, feathers.
Oh no, Kiki! You're not Kiki. You're Gigi. Gigi, your face! I bet you're
Okay, cool. So, Alexi,
Yeah, me.
you do that thing where you stick your hand in the fire and take it out, right?
Yeah. Like you do with a candle.
Yeah.
You burst into flames.
No.
Yeah.
You don't burst into flames. It's like weird because like fire is not really supposed to hurt you, but you do this thing where it's like how like you touch like you stick your hand in an oven that's on and gets uncomfortably hot, and so you like are like that's what you feel. Like you feel the heat as if it was gonna burn you. But instead of feeling like burning on your hands, instead it feels like you get smacked in the face, like concussion. And what happens is for a split second you can see the image of 5 individuals attacking one person.
Fascinating. Like, he swears when he gets hit, but then he's just like, oh, there's something more happening here. Question for, logistics' sake, do I take damage from that?
Yes.
Yes, but I'm gonna say, yeah, you're going to take probably a point of. Okay.
I would say psychic, personally.
Yeah, you're gonna take a point of psychic damage and a point of fire damage.
Okay. Yay!
So your hands gets real toasty. It feels like you got a concussion.
Yeah.
As
I'm gonna
soon as you
immediately
do this, what?
I was gonna immediately turn to Cal and I to go, bro, I just saw 5 dudes ganging up on a different dude when I touched the fire.
And it's
Cassandra
by the way,
immediately turns around.
It's like,
Oh.
I would like to point out that like those 5 people were like flying in on that other person.
Oh.
They were swooping.
It's
But as soon
chasing
as
Frodo.
as soon as this happens, Cassandra turns around, hot kettle of water and a mug in her hand, is like, "What did I just say?"
In my defense.
I should have known better than to tell you not to do something.
Correct. Also, Tiefling Heritage usually fire's not a big deal, and each fire feels a little different.
It's a magic fire, you idiot.
Yes,
You
but
idiot, you buffoon,
it's
you absolute
quite unlike
candlestick.
any magic fire I've encountered thus far, which makes
Yeah.
me infinitely more curious.
Yeah, no, I imagine it. You haven't encountered it.
I'll learn your secrets one day.
You will eventually, when I decide it.
Or maybe when you don't, who knows?
I'm pretty sure that I'll decide it. All of this is said over her shoulder, by the way, as she's
Oh, yeah.
pouring mugs. Zane, do you want tea, hot chocolate, or coffee?
I'll take
Or
some hot
nothing.
chocolate.
All right, cool.
I think at this rate,
Scoots a
it
cup
needs-
towards you.
it needs
She
something
shouts
else.
in the she shouts in the direction of the stairwell. Canis, your hot chocolate's getting cold.
Yeah! Coming!
Do you bring anything back up with you that you had your little sticky paws on?
Yeah, I probably had like a shiny metal contraption of some kind.
You've got I think I know what you've got. I think you've got like a display stand that's got a whole bunch of magnifying lenses around it.
Ooh.
It had a figurine in the center. You can guess it was probably for like painting small details. But instead, I think you're just messing with the little
Oh yes.
twisty bits.
Putting
Holger was painting
fingerprints
a
all over
Warhammer
the lenses.
I have a question about the fire. Is it giving off any smoke, or is it just like fire?
No smoke.
Okay. Any heat shimmers?
Oh, yeah.
Heat shimmer? I imagine, yeah, there's probably some heat shimmers.
Okay. Interesting.
Okay. As Cassandra and Alexi were like talking, I'm like scooting closer to the fire and just like sitting very close to it. But like also watching Cassandra to make sure like she doesn't see me, because I just want to look at the fire.
I mean, so you get close and it's obviously like a fire. You know how you get close to fires and you definitely feel like a particular type of warmth. That's what you're feeling. And especially if you're about to stick your face in it, it's gonna feel very hot.
Mm-hmm. Other than the fact that it's gold and doesn't give off smoke, it has all the qualities of a regular fire.
Are there
There's no
windows
fuel
in this
for it.
place?
No.
Whose question was... To Calanine's question, yes, there are some logs.
To
I didn't
Zane's
hear...
question, no, this place does not have windows.
No windows.
That's part
Okay.
of the contingency of it being a
That's the way it is.
the pocket dimension.
Yeah.
I set down the thing of a jig that I grabbed in favor of picking up the mug of hot chocolate, and then I just chug it.
It's a big mug of hot chocolate, because with the idea of like holding it in both hands like a Victorian urchin. It's got so many marshmallows in it.
Oh, heck
There's
yeah.
like fluff all over my snout.
Yeah. With her back to everyone else as she's still pouring things, she says, "Caladine, do you want something to drink?"
You look like at her very slowly and say, "Yes, please."
All right, tea, coffee, hot chocolate.
Hot chocolate.
All right, cool. Another mug. Alexi, did you want to drink something, or did you want to keep going through my music boxes?
I believe I'll let Canis take care of any remaining music boxes. I'm sure she would enjoy fiddling with them. I will take some black coffee, please.
I'm also gonna pull up the music box music just in case I need it.
If you'd be so kind.
Yep, it's right over here. You have like a little glass espresso mug.
Nice.
Though what she's put in it is clearly not espresso, it's just regular black coffee.
It's just coffee.
Just coffee, but in a tiny little glass mug.
Snuffed. On coffee amounts.
I don't know if the music's coming over.
Not really.
Alright.
I thought the cabinet was still closed.
Yeah, but it plays music ambiently sometimes.
Oh.
So, how long are we going to be on this voyage?
I don't remember. 5 days.
5 days? Okay. And this
Oh,
is
that's
the
right.
first day?
This is the first day. A few hours ago, you boarded this ship.
Cool.
You should probably go out and tell Luffy what's going on with the door.
Cassandra,
Yeah?
told Luffy about this door because I didn't know what it was, and I thought he might know.
Oh yeah, that's fair. Just let him know it's mine.
Okay.
If he's got a problem with it, tell him I'll compensate him.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I'll just take my hot chocolate and go find Luffy again.
Cool. Yeah, you find Luffy and you tell him that it's, Cassandra's and it's the door to her house, and he's fine with it. As long as it's not, like, damaging the integrity of his ship, which it's not, he's fine with it being there.
Okay.
I don't know how loud it is. I'm concerned that it's too loud.
You can hear it pretty well.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So Zane, when you Cassandra, do you leave the door open for Zane so that he can come back in? Okay,
Yes.
cool. Zane, when you get out of the ship, there's like someone in the crow's nest right now.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know boat knowledge. Which side is left and right? Where are those?
Port is
Port.
left, starboard is right.
Yeah.
Okay. There is someone like in the crow's nest starts shouting, we're coming up on something on the starboard side. And like you look out across the ship and it looks like there's just like a chest like rocking in the waves.
Interesting.
And the ship, you guys kind of like, as it like gets closer and closer, you guys can see it more like clearly in view, and it's in the shape of a coffin.
Oh no, it's Dracula.
That's interesting. Is Luffy or the crew doing anything?
Yeah, actually, they look like they're gonna try to fish it out, and like Sybil is really encouraging them to fish it out because if it's actually a dead body, that's something that could, like harm, like, rotting corpse could like harm the ecosystem of the sea and like sea life, and she's really worried about that.
Yeah.
Is this heard by everyone inside?
I mean, they're making a pretty big ruckus about it, so probably.
I
If
imagine
not,
we
I
can
was
hear them.
gonna go back down and tell people.
Alexei is going to go outside, hearing the commotion, and he's going to start vehemently going against fishing it up because it's a coffin, and if it's a coffin out on the ocean, it's one of two things. It's either a sea burial, meaning the person wanted it this way, and judging by the material of the wood, ultimately, it's not going to be a big issue on the ecosystem as a whole.
Mm-hmm.
Especially considering.
By the way,
that
as it gets closer, you guys can see. By the way, as it gets closer, you can see that it's covered in barnacles, and it has like a nameplate on it, and the nameplate says Cassis Norax.
2, coffin floating in the middle of the ocean is bad vibes, and is probably something you shouldn't mess with,
Yeah.
especially with all of the dangers of the sea as a whole. And judging by the fact that it looks like it's been there a while, some creature's probably already gotten inside and made its home there. And it's best to just not.
Okay, so how? So
Roll
how
persuasion.
actively are you persuading, like, Luffy, the crew, and Sybil?
Very.
Okay, roll persuasion with advantage.
Advantage?
Yeah.
Yippee!
Because
I love
you're
having-
you, and Alexi is very persuasive.
I'm me, and I'm making some pretty good points. The points being, hey, there's enough things on this ocean that want to kill us already. That's a
Let's not
17.
make our own problems.
Okay, Okay, so Sybil. So Luffy is like, yeah, you're right. We should just leave it. Sybil is like, is a little bit worried about it. Mainly you could probably just tell that from just she's a person who wants to like help, but she's also realizes that this is the first time that she's left the city by herself. This is the first time that she's left the city, and she doesn't know much about sea voyages. So if all of this stuff is saying is true, that you're saying is true, we should probably leave it.
Yeah.
Better safe than sorry.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so you guys just let the coffin float on by.
You said
I
there was a
am
name
going
on it?
to.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
you said yeah.
I do want to note down that name to potentially look up later.
Or like, do any of us recognize it immediately?
No.
Yeah, what's
Oh.
the name again?
Here, I can spell it in chat for you. It's Cassis Norax.
He had no racks. He had a couple shelves, perhaps even a couple of hangers, but no racks.
Rackless?
Raggless?
Crackle? Okay. By the way, Zane, you get asked about the hot chocolate.
Mm-hmm.
Mainly by a crew member who is also craving some hot chocolate.
Real.
I mean, you can ask Cassandra. She made it for me down below. She might have more.
The consequences of my actions.
Consequences of letting
Would you
people
like to
have
share with the rest of the class?
If you're if you brought food, you need enough to share.
It's a good thing this house can sustain me indefinitely.
Anyways, yeah. Bye, Coffin. I'm sure you had something plot relevant. Sorry.
It's
So
okay.
is-
You can give us like bonus content later.
We're so curious about all the stuff about that has to do with a random fire, but this very out of the way coffin.
Yeah.
That's because Cassandra, whatever her name is that my brain cannot pronounce, It's fascinating.
Cassandra, Kablamalandra.
She fascinates Alexei.
Anyways, Kaladin, you were gonna say something.
Yeah, so is Cassius Norex like a name that somebody would recognize, or is it like the John Smith of a particular
Oh,
area?
absolutely not. It's not a John Smith name, but it's not a name that you would. But it's not a name that any of you would recognize.
I'm assuming Luffy doesn't recognize that, or Sybil.
No. No.
Okay, well we can look into that some other
Sounds
time.
like a later
probably.
problem.
Yeah. Right now we have the problem of waiting.
Living. Surviving the ocean.
Yeah.
Again.
Yeah. Again.
Freaking again.
Huzzah.
Magic powers.
Huzzah, magic powers, and never trust women.
Yay!
Yeah, I'll probably just like go chill at the prow, the front of the boat. Just like sip hot chocolate and watch the horizon for a
Cool.
bit.
So Sybil is gonna come up and talk to you.
Mm-hmm.
And she's gonna say, "Do you also like the sea?"
The sea's... I don't know. It's... In a way, yes. But there are... The sea can have a bad temper sometimes, let's say. It can get out of hand very quickly. And there's not much you can do about it. But... I don't know. Traveling on it's usually nice. You just have to be careful.
I like the sea. I think it's very pretty. Though I've
It is
never,
very pretty.
although the closest I've ever gotten to it is the beaches. On Talos. This is my first time actually being out at sea, but it's very pretty. I love it. Are you a follower of Shodus too? Because you have a lot of water magic coming off of you.
No, I haven't. I'm not a follower of Shodus. I haven't really done much with religious stuff before.
You haven't?
No, it's just not something I've been a part of for the most part.
That's interesting because other than like the Feywild, I thought the church reached all across the world.
I mean, as far as I'm aware, it pretty much does, but I just haven't. Like, I've seen the church do stuff and, like, seen some stuff with that, but I haven't been a part of any of that or looked into it that much.
Well, okay, that's fine.
Have you been with the church your whole life, or are you new?
No, I've been something that the the Church of Aqua does is it can be an orphanage for
Oh.
children. So according to the head priest, I was dropped off on the church's steps as a baby, and they took me in and raised me, and I was raised in the church my whole life.
Oh. So you're an orphan.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. I'm an orphan too.
Oh! You can tell, okay, so you can tell that even though she's like talking with you, she's doing this thing where it feels like that she has social anxiety and she doesn't know how to talk to people.
That's understandable. Okay.
So she's like, now that the conversation is kind of dropped off and she didn't know how to react to you also being an orphan, she's just like, oh, okay, nice talking to you. She kind of like slinks away.
That's fair.
Oh, by the way, Alexi, the shark dog is trying to bite your ankles.
Why?
Ankle biter. It wants your knees.
Well, it can't have my knees. I'm gonna glare at it. Like an annoyed adult.
Make an intimidation check.
Once it realizes that like Sybil is going somewhere else, it also like leaves and follows her.
Yay! I can have my coffee in peace.
I feel like Cassandra has decided to get a huge pitcher of hot chocolate and is bringing it around to different sailors. She's like, I can't do this every day, but this is just a treat. Don't tell Luffy I did this.
Well, there's only well, I mean, give some to Luffy. He doesn't care. There's other
Okay,
than
cool.
like Luffy, there's only like 3 other crew members, so you really don't need to pass around all that much more hot chocolate.
I'm still carrying around a huge pitcher for comedic effect anyway.
Amazing.
I love how you use a pitcher and not a thermos.
Yeah. She's doing this for the attention, and everybody knows it.
Don't let Luffy find out.
Yeah, she's saying that to every sailor that she gives this to, despite the fact that she gave some to Luffy first, and she's saying it like right in front of him. She's like, "Don't tell Luffy I'm doing this. He'll never let me do it again."
He just kind of looks at you puzzled and then just like walks away. Cool. So you guys, weirdly enough, have a lovely evening for your first night out on this voyage.
Yeah.
Huzzah! No, it's the first night still.
Okay.
Yeah. So time to update the calendar. No one has any weird dreams.
Boo.
Cool. You guys wake up on the next morning to the sun shining, the breeze rocking the boat, and Falsifer still having an existential crisis on the floor.
That's fair.
I'm sure he's
I
fine.
put a blanket over him.
He's had worse.
Yeah.
Very likely.
Cool. So what are you guys doing?
I'm probably asking Cassandra for more hot chocolate.
I'm probably taking up watch, making sure that there are no sea ne'er-do-wells around.
Yeah.
Still kind of hung up with the whole like shipwreck thing that happened.
Yeah.
Oh
one
yeah.
time.
Yeah. Yeah. That was a dragon turtle.
Yeah, I'm making sure there's none of those, and if there are some of those, I'm making sure we know.
Yeah.
That would be good to know. So we can
Okay.
have some time to pray before we die.
Yeah, pick a god and pray. Had a very funny thought.
Are any of us even slightly religious?
I
I'm
am.
slightly religious, actually.
I think
I
Janice
mean-
is the opposite of religious.
I despise everything about every church.
Yeah.
It's funny because we have equivalents to like atheists. Like, well, atheists. People who just go to like church on like Christmas and Easter. And
And
like
then a priest.
and then the very devout.
Okay.
We have the
Yeah, I
whole
guess-
spectrum here.
Yeah, I guess
Well-
just like
Cool.
Yeah.
do.
Alexei
Okay.
is kind of more agnostic leading, is he?
I guess we'll just like do whatever we do on the ship to help out throughout the day.
Ship task, baby.
Help
Okay.
sail the ship.
Cool. Alexei, how long are you gonna be keeping Wasp? By the way, they let you go up in the crow's nest in order to do that.
Yeah, I figured. However long a shift usually is up there.
I mean, if you start in the morning, then someone will probably come up to relieve you like around noon.
Yeah. So that's
Okay. Right before your shift ends, you notice something floating out in the water, and then as it gets closer, you realize it's a
coffin
coffin.
again. Oh my god, does it have a different name?
No, it doesn't.
Oh no.
We're definitely not messing with that. That's got some funky magic attached to it, and I'm not dealing with it. I've had enough sea adventure mishaps.
It's
She's
the
mentally ill.
Everyone else notices the coffin, and they're also like, "That's really freaky," because
Yeah.
because Luffy points out that like it has to be something magic because the currents around here don't work like that.
Yeah.
There are some
Okay.
currents in the ocean that do act like circles,
hmm
but the current they're on is not one.
Is currently not
It's
like that.
currently not one.
But
Well, that's.
Hold
Oh wait, hang on.
Proper GIF.
Hang on, it's in the soundboard.
Hey.
Nice. There we go.
Cassandra's like standing there at the side of the boat looking out over that, and she's like, I think that's pretty dang cool, whatever it is. I'm really curious to see what's inside.
Cassandra, if
also
you bring that up
But
and I die because of it, I'm haunting you.
yeah, it's probably a bad idea, but yeah.
Alexei, you won't die from whatever's in the box.
How do you know?
I know
What
a
are
lot of
you?
things.
There is a dead man
Do you know
in the
who
box
Cassius
already.
Norax
How are
is?
we sure that we're not going to die from whatever's in the box? You know, maybe
I actually have no
maybe
idea
whatever
who
it
that
is,
guy
in,
is.
maybe whatever was in the box got that guy in the box in the first place.
I concur.
I don't think that's how coffins work.
Luffy also admits that he's really curious about the coffin.
You know what?
I am
You
like
know what? If you want to mess with, at best, the undead, at worst, who knows
undead.
what? Be my guest. At best, the undead. At worst, and even worse, undead.
This is Luffy talking, by the way, and he says, "Well, it's too late now. It's already past the ship."
Huzzah!
Great!
Cool.
We don't have to deal with it. This conversation's over. I'm
It's
going into the hold, so I don't have to deal with any freaky reoccurring corpses. Thank you.
Paladin, what were you gonna say?
I was just gonna say I'm like over like leaning over the railing, like trying to get a good look at the coffin. So interesting.
Okay, so the coffin, it's definitely covered in barnacles, but it's like some of the barnacles are like funky colors. Like some of them are purple and blue. Otherwise, there's just like gray ones. That's just fun barnacle colors. And then the coffin itself, it's a very like standard like sturdy like wood coffin that has like nails in the top, and then the nameplate is some kind of like goldish material, and it looks like the name was engraved into the gold.
There aren't any dates, are there?
No, there's not any dates, and it looks like the nameplate has been rusted by the waves a little.
Interesting.
Other than the barnacles and like the obvious like damage to the nameplate, it looks like there's like no holes. The like mostly intact. But yeah,
That's not how wood's supposed to work.
It floats on by. Because you guys were arguing about it too much.
Well,
I see this as an absolute win.
yeah, that's probably for the best.
Cool. So other than the mishap with the coffin, again, what are you guys doing? It's about noon now.
I'm getting lunch. I'm hungry.
Cassandra, you want to make lunch?
Yeah, I'm probably harassing Cassandra for lunch. Like, hey, you feed me for free. Can you keep doing that, please? But I'm loyal
That's
if you feed me.
That's such a delightful way to ask that question. Yes, Cassandra will gladly feed everyone for free.
But I'm loyal if you feed me,
Especially
and I'll
since
never leave you because, well, I need the food.
Especially since she has access to the house, which means that she's not having to take from number one, she doesn't have to take from the ship storage to feed everyone on board, and two, it's a lot better than hardtack and gruel.
Yeah.
It's so much better than hardtack and gruel.
It probably won't even get us scurvy.
No.
It has oranges in it. Huzzah!
Yeah.
Yippee.
Yes, you should make sure to add plenty of citrus so that no one on board's getting scurvy.
What does she make?
Let's see. I feel like... What does she make?
As a side, for sure.
Anything that comes in a bowl probably won't be good for a rocking boat. She's already playing it kind of loose with the open cups of hot chocolate for people. I feel like she makes chicken.
Chicken?
She cooks up like some chicken and puts it over over rice.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
Maybe with a little sauce.
Yeah,
Squirt of lemon for the citrus.
exactly.
A bit of
lemon pepper chicken.
rosemary.
Yeah, it's
Lemon
lemon
pepper
pepper chicken.
Okay, cool. Cool. Well, you serve up your friends and
You serve.
the crew, and they all have a very delicious meal. It's great because, like, the crew and, like, especially Luffy are, like, their eyes are glowing as they're, like, eating this, like, delicious meal because
Yay!
especially Luffy, they're, like, especially Luffy, he's just used to, like, whatever, like, easy meal that he can get for, like, when he's out at sea, which is usually hardtack gruel.
Yeah, no, I'm feeding these men a lunch of kings.
Yeah.
The real reason why they're so readily available at your beck and call is because you feed them.
I feel like that's
Cassandra getting
true
like
for
4
everyone.
marriage proposals.
You know what? Actually, yes. For the laughs, like after the meal, like there's one of the crew members is like a middle-aged like male human. He comes up to you and he's like jokingly like, "Ha ha, you're wife material," but also is like, "Please come home with me."
Yeah, it's like, haha, we should get married. I'm just kidding. Unless
Yeah.
and she's just she's sort of laughing along with it. It's almost like a customer service type of laugh where she's like, haha, that's funny. I have to laugh because politeness. But yeah,
Yeah.
she's just having fun with it. She's giving like all these outlandish reasons of why she's not wife material. It's like, no, I am so high maintenance. You do not understand. I have a 20
She's
step
probably
skincare
telling
routine.
the truth when she says that.
No, she's not. There are valid reasons that Cassandra is not dateable, but being high maintenance is not one of them because I am not high maintenance. Me.
I'll
You've
make
never
you
dated me.
Anyways.
I'll make you high maintenance because I'll maintain you so highly.
There we go. See, my
See, this is
standards
why
are high.
Becca's
My maintenance
like-
is not. Yes, this is true. For legal reasons, that's a joke, by the way.
Anyways.
Where was I going with this? Yeah.
Cool. Well, you guys have a lovely lunch, and I assume you will also have a lovely dinner.
Yeah.
But we can skip over that because it seems like that not much is going to happen on this day. So
Just
cool.
sailing.
Yeah.
You guys are just sailing,
Me when I'm
and
sailing.
you guys go to bed, and you guys come up on the next day. Is anyone else decide they wanted to take the first shift for, like lookout?
I'll take it.
Okay, cool. Awesome. Yeah, around the exact same time that Alexi saw it, you also see something in the distance.
Guys, you're not gonna believe this.
Is it the
Cassandra immediately comes out from below deck, like, is it the box?
Yeah, I think
It's
so.
the
The freaking box!
Why are we being haunted by a box?
I've never
This
been
time-
haunted by a box before. I'm so excited.
This time Luffy's like, alright, I'm gonna solve this mystery, and he, like, takes the crew, and he, like, gets the bed, and he, like, fishes it up out of the ocean, and now the coffin is on board.
This isn't going to end well, is it?
I
And
coffin.
so, and he, you know, it brings out a crowbar, and he pops it open, and inside, you see, I assume everyone's, like, gathered around so they can see what's going on.
I'm at a healthy distance.
And you see a very dead-looking man that
Oh, surprise.
clearly that very clearly looks waterlogged.
The corpse is all gross.
Awesome.
Actually,
Let's throw him back in the ocean.
Actually, he's not decaying. He's just very wet. But he looks like a very normal dead human.
So it's
He
a
has,
fresh
like-
body.
He's very pale, and he has like brown wavy hair that is like very wet and sticking to his face, and he has like a thin white button-down shirt, and he's wearing like brown trousers, like dark brown trousers, and like no shoes.
Okay.
Well,
Someone stole his footwear.
you just,
Well, I ain't
just
touching
a guy.
it.
Awesome.
Does he smell bad?
Yeah.
No, he smells
Dude,
like the sea.
Due to the fact that bodies of water typically keep the body at lower temperatures, bacterial growth slows, leading to a slower decomposition process.
Yeah.
Yep.
So it's
Well,
I have
relatively
no idea what
fresh.
any of those words mean.
Body cold
Yes.
mean rotting slow.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
Well, at least we've confirmed that there isn't a creature in here that has put this corpse already. What Alexi said the other day, where it was like, there's something in the box that put him in the box.
that was me.
Have we considered it
Was it
could
you?
be inside the body?
If you
Because
So
that's
you
guys
want to
still
cut him up?
if you guys look more closely, something that's very interesting is like the lips are chapped.
I don't want to throw it back at the
That would be
ocean.
the
That's
salt.
what I want to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, now that we've casually desecrated a
His
grave,
lips
shall
are
we
chapped?
throw him back?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I ain't kissing him.
Good. Why would you kiss a corpse?
Exactly.
What does our fearless captain say we do with the
okay.
body?
Yeah. Luffy, you've made this decision. You deal with the consequences.
He's like,
Yes,
okay.
I agree.
He's like, okay, so since it's clearly a dead man, I feel now that the box is open, I feel like that we should like bring him back with us, and I will bury him once we get to land.
But he was buried already at sea. Why not just toss him
Yeah.
back in?
If we're really that worried about the ecosystem, we keep the coffin, because that's most likely to have the materials that would be causing any sort of pollution, and then we throw the body back in.
Yeah, we can like wrap it up or something, and
Yes,
take
but
whatever
it'll rot
stuff
faster
is. But yeah,
here than it would in the water, and frankly, I say we return to sender, but everybody's so gung-ho about having the corpse on the ship!
yeah, corpses on the ships might not be the best idea, just for vibes and smell.
Cassandra, what do you think?
Well, honestly, they probably have a point. Should
Okay.
probably eat the box.
Eat the box?
Throw the box. I said the wrong word. Throw the box overboard.
Just the box?
Or
I was saying,
or with
keep
with
the box,
man in
throw
there,
the body.
whatever. I was just
So-
curious, man.
Okay, so
No.
we're keeping the box but throwing the body.
Sure,
Yes.
I guess.
Is
Because
that
because
what
if
the
we're
consensus is?
if we're that concerned, then, well, if anything, we may be able to tell whether it's the box that keeps coming back or the body specifically.
Okay.
True.
If both somehow come back, then we know the whole thing is cursed. We do an exorcism, and then we all agree to douse the ship in holy water or something as soon as we're able to.
But okay, so Invincible's like, well, I don't know how to do an exorcism, and I
We have a
haven't seen
priest.
Falsifer. I
We have
haven't seen
Falsifer.
Falsifer in days.
I'm sure he knows how to do it.
He's in his room. You know how he is. He's seasick. He's fine. Okay, we know where he is. He is safe. We also know that he's probably our best chance at having an exorcism should we need one.
Okay, cool. So you guys, the crew tosses the body overboard, and the coffin is put in the storage hold, just out of sight, out of mind.
Cool.
Yeah.
And this was like
Okay.
Hooray.
early in the morning time?
This is about noon
Noon? Okay.
again. Yeah.
Huh.
Which is day 3.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Does the body sink or does it still float?
No,
Well,
it floats.
Okay.
It's a body. It'll float.
Yeah, it floats. Yeah, cool. Are you guys gonna do anything else the rest of the day?
I'm just gonna go
I'm going
through
to-
normal daily activities.
You.
I'm watching that coffin like a freaking hawk. I don't trust that thing.
Yeah, at the end of the day, I was gonna also go check on it, make sure it's still there. But other than that, just normal sailing stuff. If nothing else happens.
Lexei is borderline neurotic over this thing.
So,
For
okay,
good
so
reason.
those of you who are watching the coffin, it just stays in the storage hold. Nothing happens to it. You guys, is that what you basically do, and we can end this day?
Is the
That's what I
name
do.
still on it?
Yeah, the name's still on, and it's the same name that it's always been.
Okay.
Actually, one moment. I have a thought.
Okay. What are you gonna do before the end of the day?
One cubic foot is so small.
Yes. This thing probably takes up 2.
Well, no, it probably takes up at least 5.
It'll be like
Like
5 feet
5 feet
long,
long.
but
Yeah.
Yeah.
only a couple feet deep. at
Actually,
most.
it's 6 feet long. This dude was
Yeah.
tall.
Because I'm looking at prestidigitation. Actually, this'll...
You can do it multiple times across the whole box.
I can.
It's
And it's a
prestidigitation. It's a
cantrip.
cantrip. I'm not gonna put stupid rules on it.
Thanks. Yeah, I am going to try to clean up the coffin by using prestidigitation, specifically on two areas are what I specifically had in mind. The nameplate, so that it's properly clean so you could read it and see if there's anything weird going on with it. And those weird barnacles. I wanted to see if those would come off with prestidigitation.
And yeah, they all do. You end up cleaning the coffin very well. And you clean it so well that it actually looks like it hasn't been wet. And like everything cleans up just fine. The barnacles go away. They were just colorful barnacles because I didn't want to do stupid gray barnacles.
Real.
And the nameplate looks all clean and shiny, and yeah, it still just says the name.
Is there anything inside of it now that we've effectively tossed the body out?
Nope. It was just
Okay.
the body in the box.
Alright.
Okay.
I'm going to claim that as good enough. My suspicions are put to rest for now. And yeah.
Cool.
We can pass time. Unless anyone
Cool.
wants to.
The next morning, you guys wake up and Luffy notices that one of the crew members is missing. It's the one that approached Cassandra a few days before and was like, haha, joke marriage. He's missing, and when you guys decide to go look for him, obviously the first place you check is the crew's
check
quarters.
the coffin. I'm checking the coffin.
Nope, nothing's. Wait, hold on. So you guys, hold on. I haven't decided if it. Hold on. Okay, so you check the crew's quarters, and he's dead in his hammock.
Ah!
The crew member is dead in the hammock.
Cool.
Okay. Couple of questions. I've watched too much Columbo for this.
Oh, by the way,
Couple
Alexi,
of
did you actually go run to check the coffin?
Yes, I went and run to check the coffin.
The body is back in the coffin.
Get this thing off the ship. Right now.
I do not care. I do not care. I'm taking this thing. I'm chucking it overboard. I'm saying the frickin' Ave Marias or whatever the heck people do to cleanse themselves. And then we're gonna check to see how the body died. Not the one in the coffin, but the crew member. You want to see how the crew member died.
By the way,
if it
I
can
have
be
to ask specifics. Obviously, the crew will help you do this, like those remaining of the crew. But do you nail the coffin lid back on, or do you just throw it just off the ship with it?
No, I'm just throwing it.
Okay, cool. Okay, yeah, you can go and check the body. I just wanted specifics.
Yeah. The next time it comes up, I'm burning it, okay? Anyways, the body. The one that was murdered.
Hold on, give me 1 second. I'm making sure about something. Okay, she does it.
What do I see with my half-elf, half-tiefling eyes?
Hi, anyone who wants to examine the body, roll medicine.
Yay! Actually, you didn't give me the greatest roll earlier, but I'm gonna give you another chance because you're white and that's the medicine color. I was correct. That's a 15.
Huzzah. Anyone else?
I'm good.
You don't want to look? Okay.
No.
Okay.
I feel like not Candace. I feel like Alexei's got this handled, but I'll go ahead and roll medicine anyway.
Okay.
I
Zane,
appreciate
are you
your
also-
confidence in me.
Are you
Just so
looking at
that-
the body?
Just so that Alexei can yell at me as we're both examining the body. Well,
Zane, are you
It's-
also
it's
examining the
mostly-
body?
No.
Why did you do
Okay.
this?
Okay.
12.
By the way, while you guys are doing this, Sybil is next to the body and she's kneeling and praying.
I'm asking her to do any sort of purification things that she knows
She
how to
doesn't know
do.
how to do purification.
Okay, oh, don't yell now.
She's
No
like,
need.
when you ask her to do that, she's like all panicky, and she's like, I don't know how to do purification. That's not my specialty.
That's okay. I appreciate you being honest with me.
But I am praying for this soul to go to a better place.
Thank you. That is serviceable. That's
Okay,
serviceable
so
enough.
so you guys look at the body, and okay, so it looks like he's in a very similar state to like the body that you found. There's like no like he's very pale, like very, very pale. And there's like no harm done to the body. There's like no like puncture, there's like no stab wounds or any like bruises or anything like that. He just looks very pale.
Is his lips also chapped?
No. But his lips look very dry, obviously, because it's a dead body and you guys don't know how long he's been dead.
Body.
Yeah.
Well, it can't be longer than the last time any of us saw him.
Yeah. Alexei, do you like go in for like a deep examination of this body?
Yes.
Okay. You see that like there's like a corner of his shirt where it looks like it was pulled back really far. And if you look, like open his shirt to like look, you see 2 puncture wounds right next to each other, like on his shoulder.
Is it right over where a vein would be?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
I imagine that Cassandra's like looming over Alexei's shoulder as they find this.
Doing the Van Helsing serious face.
Yes, it is Van Helsing's serious face time.
Not Cassandra.
When
She's
anything
grinning ear to ear.
vampiric happens.
I'm so sad Gimmick's not here for this.
No, he's having crazies of his own.
So sad. Anyways, Isabella, do vampires exist in this world?
Oh yeah, I've talked about vampires before.
Okay. Yeah,
Just like in-
I am going to look. Yeah, I am going to look towards everyone else. Gesture toward the puncture holes and go, I think we're dealing with a vampire here.
Oh,
Well, there's no one else here other than you and Cassandra, and Sybil's right there, but she's busy praying. There's no one else. Well, no, Luffy's there.
Yeah.
It's just
The-
you, Cassandra, and Luffy.
The important non-party players are there,
Yes.
and they need to know I think we're dealing with a vampire. And I think this is because we brought that stupid coffin onto the ship! You said the body was back in the coffin.
Yeah, you guys threw the body.
And I
You guys-
threw it overboard like an idiot.
Yeah, you did.
Okay, this is fine. I should have taken my time and looked at it, but that's okay. This is Alexei character flaw in full motion.
His
Rash
tendency to
decision
shoot
making.
first. His tendency
Okay,
to shoot first, ask questions later.
As you guys
Ah.
think of what to do next, I would like to take a potty break, because I need to go to the bathroom.
Okay.
Do that.
Internship.
Go piss, girl.
Okay. I will be back.
I fully believe that Cassandra emerges from below decks and just goes, "Great news, everybody! It's bad."
Yeah, I believe that's
Oh,
canon.
that's cool.
Alexei
How
is
bad
fully
does
looking
that
at Cassandra and going, "Why did you think the coffin was a good idea?"
I didn't think it was a good idea. I fully believed it was a bad idea. I just wanted to see what it was.
you suggested keeping the coffin, Alexei. But I'm not
You
blaming you
did
for any
do
of
that.
this.
You did say keep the box for the body.
Above all else, I told everyone, do not mess with it. And then everyone wanted to mess with it.
Yeah.
And so I decided, well, if we're going to mess with it, I might as well try to minimize whatever messed up thing that obviously is. So do not dare try to blame me for something that I only tried to prevent.
No,
Oh yeah, no, this isn't your fault in any
No.
capacity.
I'm glad we all know and understand that. Because now we have to decide how we're going to deal with a potential vampire just running about. Because we still have, 2 days of this voyage. And I'd like all of us to reach our destination alive so I
Yeah.
can get off this God's forsaken boat!
Hmm.
I think we can handle it. I think I could probably handle it. But I think we
Right.
collectively can handle it.
I apologize for my outburst. I am a little stressed at the moment. As
Yeah,
you
no,
might
I
have
understand.
gathered.
Yeah, that's
Fair. A
understandable.
vampire is no laughing matter, unless you're me.
I'm glad you can laugh about it.
Hmm.
Yeah. I laugh about a lot of things these days.
You ever dealt with
Please
vampires
ensure you
before,
laugh about the
Cassandra?
vampire outside of my hearing.
What's that, Alexei?
Please ensure if you do laugh about the vampire, please laugh about it outside of my range of hearing. Thank you.
That's fair.
Meanwhile, Canis has his hand up.
I'll get to you one second, Candace. To answer your questions, Dave. Yes and no. Let's go with. Well,
I feel like
let's
it's a
go with
pretty straightforward.
yes.
But yes.
Let's go with yes. I have in a weird
Okay.
situation that I can't elaborate on. Candace, what's your question?
That fills me
What's
with
a
confidence.
vampire?
Oh, reanimated corpse. Drinks the blood of the living to sustain itself.
Oh.
Usually it's weak to
Yep.
sunlight, sometimes is weak to silver, sometimes is weak to holy symbols. Tends to have a lot of different powers, such as turning into mist, turning into creatures, being able to fly sometimes. It really depends. They've got a large they've got a very large range of abilities and weaknesses, and you never quite know what you're up against until you're up against it, you know?
Huh. Okay.
I
Generally killed by stabbing the heart, or decapitating them, or both.
Oh.
Zane,
Okay.
I assume this is for me, the player, because I did not hear you when you asked your question. I'm assuming you asked if Cassandra had dealt with a vampire before.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
Thank you
okay.
for
Catch me
clarifying
up.
that for me.
What is happening?
We mostly were just chatting.
We know what a vampire is now.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
asked.
Just for okay. Who you asked, Canis? You asked that to who?
Cassandra.
Okay, Cassandra. Okay, she would know what the basics of a vampire is. Okay.
Yeah.
So,
Okay. Cool.
I basically go on a whole
here's-
rant that explains vast vampire mythology while giving no specifics, meaning that my rant is almost entirely unhelpful.
If the coffin and the corpse comes back tomorrow, we need to examine. Well, if it comes back tomorrow and another crew member is dead, we need to examine the corpse in the coffin. That was my mistake to just throw it overboard in my panic. I apologize for that, because I've essentially that this process of what I think is happening is happening. Yeah,
But everyone
he is
is-
going
but
to
everyone-
go into
Yeah.
thinking mode.
Everyone knows it's a vampire now, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Okay, cool.
Yep.
This entire time, after Sybil came back up with you guys, after she was done praying, and this entire time she's been flipping through her journal, and she's I had something written down about vampires somewhere, because she's studying them. And she stops on page, she's and she reads this, but I'm essentially gonna summarize it. There is I've talked to this, if you guys were here last session, I talked with this to Gimmick a little bit. There is a cult that exclusively worships Altar, the god of darkness. But it's not just Altar, it's the destruction of... They essentially believe that the world should have been destroyed in the Calamity. And they believe in the destruction of the world, they believe in the destruction of the body, but they also worship essentially their the body in their bodies. And thus a lot of creatures that are attracted to this cult are creatures that are essentially things that are called awakened creatures, which are creatures that have been broken, that still have the dark curse, but have been broken from its bonds of control. So, vampires, werewolves, creatures of that variety, some dragons, things like that. And also just people who are obsessed with, the body and what the body can do. So Sybil tells you all these things, yeah. So, other than what Cassandra added on basically the basics of vampires, she also added that vampires are essentially these awakened creatures.
Now that's fun.
Yeah. By the way,
such a good time, Cassandra.
By the way,
She does little things.
This cult is based off of the Four Humors.
Ow.
They think it's really funny. That's why there's 4 humors instead of just 1.
Yeah, okay.
Goops,
Anyways.
gaffs, giggles,
And
and jolly
guffaws.
good times.
Guffaws. Anyways.
Papyrus, no. Papyrus, no, it's funny.
Anyways.
Okay. Well, it seems the most straightforward option in my mind is to have a night watch and try to ambush the thing when it comes back, if it comes back.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I think that's a great idea, actually.
I volunteer.
I believe this work would be great to be done in pairs, so I shall go along with you for this first night watch, if you don't mind.
Hooray! I do think that if something should happen, people who are not on watch should still maybe be awake for it, just in case.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe get some sleep while the sun's out.
Yeah.
Take a nap on deck. It's probably a good idea.
I'm also like, I suspect that my blood may burn the vampire if it tries to drink from me. So I've got that. I've got that going for me.
Oh!
What?
It's just a theory. I haven't tested it,
A
but it's a
blood theory?
suspicion.
Why
A
is
blood
this a
theory.
theory?
It's just a blood theory. It's just a theory. A blood
Same.
theory.
Why
Thanks for watching.
do you think this vampire is allergic to half-orcs or something?
Oh my goodness. Johanna, that's so creepy. All I can see is your eyes.
Oh.
Oh. I thought it was black screen.
Mm-hmm.
I'm into you.
That's pretty great, Joanna. I think you should keep doing that.
The way she wiggles.
Ooh.
Cassandra doesn't answer your question, by the way. She just finger guns.
Odd theory aside, your house,
Yep.
is that, I'm assuming, due to its nature, that can be considered a safe haven?
Oh, yeah. It can't be opened from the outside unless it's me, so.
Would you be willing to maybe let the crew sleep in there tonight?
Absolutely, they can do that.
Way, we can ensure that the crew is safe. So if this thing decides to prowl about a bit more, it would have to go through the 2 awake people.
Yeah.
Then,
Okay. So
we would need a way to talk to them. Does anyone have message or a sending stone of some sort?
Man, I wish I
No.
had the sending stones.
sorry, I'm looking to see what Sybil has.
Yeah, no, you
I
She
mean,
doesn't have it.
well, this will be an answer for Isabella. Can loud noises be heard? Can loud outside noises be heard inside the house? For example, there's probably a bell on the boat. Ships usually have a bell.
Yeah, I mean, I thought that what was gonna happen, like when Sybil, when Zane and Caladine were standing outside the door, I thought you were gonna be like, oh, I can hear people outside the door. So yes,
I should have done that so we didn't spend 15 minutes waiting for you guys to knock. All right, cool. Yeah, we'll just say the signal is the bell, the ship's
Okay.
bell,
Okay.
and if we ring the ship's bell, then we need assistance.
By the way, Caladine, sorry, not Caladine, Sybil. Sybil wants to stay with the crew in the house. And Luffy does not want to, but he would like to go to bed at a decent time so he can still run his ship like he normally does.
All right,
I that's fair.
Yeah.
I
he's
have
the boss.
quite literally.
Anyone else
Sounds-
wanting to stay up?
I don't want to be around the thing, so
Caladine says yes.
But it'd
She
be an
does want to-
adventure. It'd be an
Caladine
adventure, Canis.
Caladine says
I'm
that
good.
she does want to stay up.
I don't
Yeah,
I
I'll
don't want
stay
to
up too.
be around something that's actively hunting me.
Actually, that's so fair, and you're so real for that. Never mind.
Yeah.
All right. So current plan. Most people are going to be spending the day slash the evening in the house for safety. A couple people are out to keep the ship running, and Alexi and I are taking the first night watch. I also cook us up a dinner with a lot of garlic in it.
Blessings. I'm assuming this is likely some sort of pasta dish with some garlic bread.
Yeah.
Yes.
Or like
It's
some
it's
Alfredo sauce with garlic in it.
it's a carbonara with garlic bread.
Mm. Oh,
Again, everyone is left to wonder how the heck Cassandra has access to so many raw eggs. Anyway,
Okay, cool.
um,
If it's fine with everyone, we're just gonna transition to the night.
Mhm.
yeah.
Okay.
And
Um,
Caladine and Zane said that they were gonna stay up, and then Alexi and Cassandra are going to take the first watch, and then all the crew members, Sybil and Canis, are in the house, and then Luffy is in his room with the door locked in the captain's quarters.
that's fair.
okay.
I imagine Cassandra is leaning against one of the mats and is like, "Well, while we're out here waiting, like a couple of sitting ducks, anything you want to discuss, Alexi? I'm all ears."
By the way, I do plan on ending the session at 11, like it's supposed to.
Yeah, we might
So
have to
if you
open
guys
next
can,
session with
I
combat.
was gonna say, if you guys just want to roleplay for the rest of the session, we can do the combat, and we can do like a combat encounter later
Heck yeah.
next
I
session.
think that would be the best idea.
And maybe
Yeah,
Falsifer will be around and awake for this combat encounter.
That would be so
Yeah.
useful to have the priest
Yeah.
Fight a
awake
vampire.
for the vampire.
Yeah.
Yoo-hoo!
Especially because this is information that he has gotten.
Good thing he was asleep for all this madness, because I think it would have given him an aneurysm.
I agree. Falsifer probably would have
He
had
is
an aneurysm.
old. He is old.
As for
Yeah. She's just
anything
leaning
I may
against the mast, cool as a cucumber.
You confuse me.
Yeah, no, I know. Since we've
And
got this empty time here, I thought we could have a little heart to heart.
is there anything in particular you wanted to speak to my heart about then?
Oh, I mostly meant like I assumed you probably had questions for me, and now's as good a time as any to ask them.
Well, you have I apologize. I'm trying to find a good way to word this.
Oh, that's fine. Take your time. We got all night.
I find your connection with fire to be very odd.
An astute observation. My connection to fire is incredibly odd.
Despite your status as a wildfire druid, I don't believe that changes enough about your magic to have a magic fire give people any sort of visions, or to be enough of a concern that your blood may burn a vampire. perhaps if you had been of a more religious-focused order, like a cleric or a paladin, or even someone like Sybil, I might have found it suspicious, but then ignored it. However,
Who's to say that I'm not, though? I have been studying different religions as I travel the world with you all.
yes, but studying is quite different than believing in something, is it not?
Suppose that's fair.
And yet, you're clearly not a fire elemental.
Yes, true.
And I don't believe you have any connection to the
The Hades. The god of fire.
to Hades. Thank you, DM. I had forgotten the name.
I figured that's why you were stalling.
Me when I forget names. Oh my goodness, you got a bubble with a hello?
I know, that just happens every once in a while. It's because I'm on my iPad.
Dang. I don't get special privileges. Anyways.
You're
You're not a
also
fire
correct
elemental.
there, though I do find him incredibly interesting.
Yes. Oh, are you leaving, Bree? Okay, bye. Sorry. Cat.
Cat departure.
And you clearly are a half-orc, but there's
Yep.
something more to you that I just cannot understand right now.
Ah, so you've detected that the other half of me isn't human.
Oh, clearly not. I might have been inclined to say perhaps you had some tiefling ancestry, or something more fire inclined, but you don't have any traits of those other races.
True. I really did take after my father's looks.
So, it would be very appreciated if you would answer me honestly when I ask this next question.
All
And I
right.
do hope you don't see me as being rude when I ask this. But, Cassandra, what are you?
What an excellent question. Who could have predicted that that would be what you follow this up with? Well, let's see. She's pondering this for a second. It would be more easy to explain to you how I became what I am, than to say exactly what I am. Because what exactly I am is not something that can be simply stated. You understand?
The
It's
temptation to
complicated.
interrupt this is so great right now.
You could if you want to.
Oh,
was
I
gonna say
want
you
to
could.
so bad. Okay, hang on, just verify. DM, it's been 5 days now, right? 5 nights.
No, it's been. Oh, wait. Since your thing? Yes, it has.
Okay, because I want to, like, wake up because I feel something jostling me, and I'm just face to face with a pseudo dragon all of a sudden, and I just freak.
Do you want to see what it looks like?
Yes, I do.
Okay, here. They keep talking. I'll get you the pseudo dragon stuff.
Okay.
Yeah. So Cassandra begins a story where she says, you are correct that the other half of me is not human. My father was an orc. My mother was a fae, a fairy of the Winter Court. Now, that actually isn't incredibly
Hold on.
related
Pause.
Ah,
Alexi, how much do you know about the Fae?
Have we done any business with the Fae?
You have
Actually-
done business with people who have been inside the Feywild.
then we probably would have heard at least basic information.
There is no such thing as the Winter Court. You know that there is such thing as Winter Eladrin, but there is no
But there's no such thing as the
Winter
Winter
Court.
Court Fae.
Yes. There is the courts that you do know about is the High Court and the Tiny Court.
The tiny court.
The
tiny
tiny
court.
court is so small.
It is very tiny. That's because they're filled with fairies and pixies.
Okay, so no Winter Court, but yes, Winter Eladrin. Cassandra is currently telling me that her mother was a Winter Court Fae, which, for all intents and purposes to Alexei, does not exist. Please continue, Cassandra.
Yeah. She does not pause when she says this, by the way.
I figured.
She's not like, she doesn't stop and be like, did he believe me? No, she just moves on. It's like, this does not so much affect the fiery portion of me, but it does affect sort of my personality, if you will. My tendency to dodge questions rather than outright lie, kind of thing. Though I have stated before that I can lie if I want to. Let's see. I grew up a relatively normal woman, honestly, in a small town far, far away from here. In a city called Rodwira.
That's not a city you've ever heard the name of before.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
Alexei hasn't heard of it, but I am quite familiar with Rodwira.
Yes. Honestly, I lived a fairly normal life. Had an education, lived. My family was not the richest. Being a fae does not guarantee wealth and power, it turns out. But we lived comfortably, my siblings and I. And after a while, I started to make a life of my own. And one day I found a book. And she like pats the book on her hip. Not the same one as this one. But similar. And as I started to, it was a book that told a story that you're supposed to add elements of the story to. And as I began to add more to this story, I began to realize that it was changing me. This book had power. And this continued for a pretty long time. Just slowly gathering, just slowly transforming myself through this book. And towards my apotheosis, if you will, the house appeared to me. As I mentioned before, it found me, not the other way around. And by the time that I moved into the house, I had become the way I am. Less of a fire mage and more of a being of fire, you see. It's a part of me. I cannot separate myself from it.
I kind of want to interrupt the silence with the aforementioned
Okay.
shriek.
Hey,
Okay, yeah. Like all
Question.
throughout the house and the ship, there's just
It appears my question will have to wait. Do you
Yes?
want to check it out, or do you want me to?
Oh, we can both look.
Okay. And so we go look.
You can't just
Going
go
on.
running out of the house.
no,
Me when I look.
I'm still like in the room, but like its bed has basically been like upended, and I'm like, I probably have one of my daggers out, and I'm like pointing it at this dragon that's sitting very happily just on the floor, looking up at me like, What?
He's clicking
the
at you. You know how
heck?
like a cat clicks? That's
Yeah.
what the sound he's making.
Okay.
I mean, I assume it's a he. It can be whatever gender you want it to be.
We'll figure that out later.
Okay.
What the? Huh?
Say,
Where did you come from? How'd you get in here?
So you guys enter the house and find Racanis is sleeping, and there is a little pseudo dragon on his bed.
Oh, look at the little guy.
Cassandra, is that one of yours?
It is not.
Is this the vampire?
Where did it come from?
Hossein, are you there too? I mean, you're awake, so.
Loud screaming, and we're expecting a vampire attack. I'm probably there.
I said what the pseudo dragon looks like. It's just the basic pseudo dragon picture that you could find on,
Yeah.
anywhere.
Just a little
Little
guy.
guy.
Okay, well, can we get it out of here? Like, is it dangerous?
Well, I think he likes you. You
He
might
like
have a
tries
fami-
to. He approaches you and does this thing like a cat would do when you're like rubbing up against someone, except it like rubs up the side of your dagger and then like rubs up your hand and like your arm.
Huh.
Oh, he's just a little baby.
Fur on scales.
Okay.
I don't think you
A
have
lot
anything
of-
to worry about.
Puts the dagger away. Holds out my
A
hands.
lot of those who have familiars will often choose a pseudo dragon as that familiar. So it seems this guy simply attached himself to you.
Huh.
They're very sweet little creatures.
Candace, you also notice that your stuffed animal dragon is gone.
Yeah, I'm like petting the dragon and looking around. Like, it's... You bear a striking resemblance. I probably just like hold it up, and like I don't know how to hold animals, so it's
You hold it like a cat.
so it's like
So,
its
like-
limbs are dangling. Just like,
Hold dragon gently like burgers.
did you eat my plushie or something? Flips it upside down.
You like tickle its tummy and it like squirms like.
Yes.
Well, we should probably get back to watch because there's still a monster on the loose, and I'm gonna head back
Oh, by
to
the way-
upper decks.
Sybil gets up because of the screaming, and she notices that you have a pseudo dragon, and she talks about. It's late and she's tired, and she starts, and vampire could be on board, and she starts spouting a bunch of nonsense about how that's your familiar now, and like you have the bond or something like that, and like you summoned him. And then she just kind of walks off.
Okay. So
Well, congrats.
thank you. I guess I have this now.
Nice. You have a pet now.
How do I even hold this thing?
What it does, it sort
gather
of like
up its
leaps out
limbs.
of it like leaps out of your arms and then like crawls across your shoulders and like lays over like the back of your shoulders.
What's his?
I think it's chosen its perch.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, I can work with this.
Put its head on your head, like in between your ears.
yeah, it does that. As it's like trying to find its like perfect pace, the rest it does that for a second and then it goes back to like laying across the back of your shoulders.
My headphones
Well-
are too big.
If there is no danger here, I am going to go back and continue watch for
Oh,
the monster that we're trying to make sure doesn't kill people anymore.
yeah.
Ah.
Sorry,
It's okay.
It's-
You were startled. I understand.
surprised me.
Have fun.
Yeah.
Holler if you need anything.
Do you have fun with dragons?
And he walks back out onto the deck.
I also go back up on deck.
Okay, so as you guys like walk out back on deck, you guys like hear a ruckus coming from Luffy's room.
No, not Luffy.
Ah, frick.
Bolting to the room.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and so it's okay. So first of all, it's locked.
Yeah, I
And
The
knew
ruckus
that
is
that was
coming
going to
from
be an issue.
inside?
Yes, the ruckus is coming from like inside, and it sounds like Luffy is fighting something.
I'm going to try to kick the door down.
Yeah,
I'm
like,
going to help break the door
Okay.
down.
Cool. Would you like to roll strength?
I'll give
I
guidance
sure
to
would.
whoever.
I'll take it.
Cool.
And
If
Alexi's taking the help action, and you're giving her guidance.
Yeah.
Sure.
so that's a D4 and I have advantage. Yeah. We'll roll the D4 after because I have limited space here.
Yes, I don't have to roll anything. Okay.
Okay, so
Double checking.
18.
Nice.
I'm a grandmother. Shh.
Oh, so is that all together even after the advantage? And the
Yeah.
help? Okay,
Yep,
cool.
that's after
Yeah, you
everything.
break down the door. You break down the door, and it's like you. First of all, it's your typical captain's quarters. There's like a desk with a map and a chair, and there's like a bed against the corner, and you find Luffy essentially wrestling with what was a corpse that you guys found, and it's like this. It's the vampire is like on top of Luffy and is like pressing down his face, and it's like shh, be quiet. And that's where we'll end the session.
You silly?
Whee!
We already know! Okay, so...
I actually kind of love that Alexei didn't get to ask his final question because that means that I can unpack more later.
Yippee!
Hamptons? That's not how you spell that.
Hamptons?
I was trying to spell captains. I did a very bad job of spelling captains.
Alright. Everybody, wave goodbye. I'm ending stream.
Bye,
Bye.
stream.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Next time.